What is up, everybody, and welcome to a sneak peek. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the HEAdesigns Equilibrium Titanium Flipper. This thing is super cool. It's got a full-on Scimitar vibe, and I'm a big fan. So, real quick, I just want to say that the reason that I take the time to do these sneak peek videos when I'm just going to do a bigger video on the knives shortly is A, so that you get more of kind of a candid perspective from me as opposed to one that's thought out and I've written down notes and everything like that. And then also, if I have the box or I can do an unboxing, you have the opportunity to kind of see that as well, just in case it's a knife that you're never going to pick up. And you want to know what that's like. Now, this green Equilibrium here, which is gorgeous, the reason that it's all kind of discolored and stuff is just from holding it. It's the anodization reacting to like hand sweat, and you can see it's changing as I rub it. Kind of like the 604. It's pretty cool. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Get that open. You got to be really careful with this knife when you open it around your arms because this tip is just after you, and it's super murdery, and I get so nervous that the arc of the action on this knife is going to be facing the wrong direction one of these days, and I'm just gonna have this thing slice right up my arm, which would be awful. So be super careful with this knife. But this one's super cool. I was really happy to have Sid send this along with, his Pepiaka that you saw in the spinner video and his Decepticon 3, which you will see in another video coming up shortly, which is pretty sweet. I can't believe he sent me this. It's super awesome. So he sent me this Equilibrium just around the same time that I had actually ordered my own. I got to talking. Actually, I saw it. I saw the knife. I told myself I had to have it because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge nerd, and I grew up playing a ton of video games, and scimitars were present in nearly all of them, but most notably probably Diablo and Diablo 2, as well as RuneScape. Scimitars are a pretty iconic item in RuneScape. So for me, from the nerddom perspective, kind of some of the same reasons I like my 604 and just the crazy colors on it and everything, I had to have one. So I did get a chance to reach out to Sam, who owns and runs HEAdesigns, and I talked to him a little bit, and I've got a lot of good stuff to say about him and about what he has to say about his company. And so you guys can read about that in the Knife Informer article that I'll write about it, or I'm definitely going to talk a little bit about that in my full Equilibrium video as well. But so what happened was I ordered one of these in bronze from Blade HQ, and it showed up the same day that Sid's Equilibrium showed up. And I was super excited. It was supposed to show up the next day, so I thought that Sid's would be the first one I saw, but ultimately the box came a day early, and so I got to see my own first. But when I opened the box, I'd ordered bronze, and even though the box was labeled bronze, as this one is labeled blue with the sticker there, it was not. It was the plain titanium variant, which was gorgeous, and I literally paced around my house for about 10 minutes deliberating whether or not I should just keep it because it was so awesome, and I liked it so much. But I was like, oh, sorry for hitting the mic there. I was like, I don't have a bronze knife. I have plain titanium knives, and the whole point of buying the bronze was that most of my knives are like blue and purple, and I wanted to change it up because the HEAdesigns does have a blue version of the Equilibrium, but I wanted to change it up and get something a little bit different. And of all the color options, I thought bronze was the most appropriate because scimitars are native to lands that have lots of sand and stuff like that, and are very kind of bronze in nature, just in terms of the architecture and the art that you see, and everything like that. So I thought bronze was a good fit, and the reason I didn't want to buy the green was because I'm not a huge fan of the gold hardware. I'm just not a gold guy. It doesn't really do it for me. I always like silver more in terms of like metallic colors. I just don't really like gold, so that kind of steered me away from the green. Having seen it now, I'm kind of like, oh, it gets pretty like not patinaed, but it does change. The anodization does change from holding it and everything like that. So it's actually not that unbearable, which kind of makes what I'm about to say pretty funny. So when the wrong knife came from Blade HQ, I gave them a call and I said, hey guys, knife was the wrong color. And they were like, cool, we'll take care of that. And I was like, sweet. And then I said to the guy over the phone, hey man, what about actually switching to blue? So at the point of seeing the plain tie one and realizing that the bronze one was just going to be, a slightly bronzed version of that, I really, really, really liked the blue hardware. If I could get the blue equilibrium with the blue hardware, I would pay really a stupid amount of money to have that happen, because I just love the blue hardware so much more than the gray. But I was like, I'm not going to keep it over the hardware. You know what? I've seen the plain tie one now. I've seen the green one now. I've seen the gold hardware, and so I really got the feeling like, you know what? The blue one's a better fit. So I have popped this box open just to peek and make sure that it was blue and that the color issue wasn't some greater inventory error. And so I poked my head in, I opened the flap, I saw that it was blue, and then that was it. I closed it. So this is a completely untampered with product, and I really wanted to share that with you guys because I've seen an unboxing video before, and I know what's in here in general, and Sam does an absolutely fantastic job of packaging his products, which made it completely worth doing an extra video just for the kind of reveal and the box opening experience. So let's get started here. You do get this beautiful white box. This one came with a couple of pieces of dirt on them, which I had to scrape off, which dented it. But none of the other boxes that I've seen or interacted with have had that flaw. That's probably just from shipping, actually, come to think of it. Kind of like this scuff down here. But that doesn't matter. That's so particular, Tyler. Just don't even. So we get this cool box, and then it's a sleeve. So we slide it out, and then we get rid of that. And it's the magnetic flap design that we've all become accustomed to with, what is it? I don't know, Marfione and Boker and Kaiser and all that. Okay, so we open the box, and we are presented with the message to design different. And this actually will come into play in my full video about this because I want to talk a lot about Sam's design language and some really interesting things that I think you guys might not have heard before in the knife world, just because my background, I have a bit of a different perspective from different sets of hobbies. And so I have a lot to actually say about this whole idea of design different. And it's definitely something that I feel is what is bringing Sam to that heightened sense of uniqueness and wanting somebody's knife because you can't get anything else like that anywhere. So it says read first, it'll be worth it, maybe it's a little joke, and then it just talks about Instagram and Facebook and all of that. So this is great. You get this little slip from Sam. He did say that if you order directly from his website and not a dealer, that you get a handwritten note, but he's probably going to watch this and then feel obligated to do that. So don't take my word for it. I might have misread the email. I'm trying to cover for you, Sam. But yeah, he did say that, which would be really cool if I opened up the knife and had bothered to go to his website and buy the knife that way. That would have been a really neat thing to experience. So once we get past this, bam, we see a knife. So I haven't really gotten to play with this yet. This is super exciting for me. I'm pulling it out for the first time. The knife is, from what I can tell, completely flawless. I really like the blue. The gold really is not that bad. It's very muted. The hardware is a little bright and goldish for me, and so I would be I'm going to be excited to see this gold kind of get tarnished a little bit. But as far as the pocket clip, it's very muted and very attractive. And actually, looking at it, this blue is just the right shade to where the gold even looks good to me. Again, I'm not a big gold fan, but I could definitely get used to that. I think I might see an imperfection here. I don't know if this will focus. Bear with me. But there's this little area next to the H that seems to be nicked just a little bit. When I get out the camera and take some close-ups of this, I'll see if that's just my eyes playing tricks on me or an actual quality control issue. Looks like a issue for sure, but I won't focus too much on that. It's not really that big of a deal. I have been playing with the green equilibrium for a couple of days now, and I can already tell you I absolutely love this knife. Deployment on it is really, it's not even like, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, it's smooth, or like, oh, it's like glass, or oh, it's like butter, or it's so satisfying. Like, that's what I'm going to say about every other knife. This knife's deployment is so unique, and it's thanks to this flipper tab. And I don't want to get too much into it now. This is just a reveal video, but be prepared for me to talk about that, because this knife, using this flipper tab, creates a deployment that you have never experienced before. So I will definitely highlight that later on. Now, as we dig through this box here, we do get this nice little slipcover. It's kind of made out of like a couple of pieces of like stitched together. It's like a weird like cloth foam. It's more cloth than foam, I guess. I can't tell if it's not two-sided. It's just that it's very thick in the back, and then you can slide the knife in this way. So that's nice. I don't particularly see too much use for this, other than I will tell you, I will guarantee I will use this when I travel. I like to take some knives with me when I go places, especially for an extended period of time. If I'm traveling on business for 2 days, I won't bring any folders with me. But if I'm going to visit family or something for a week, I usually take a few of my knives because they live in nice parts of town, and I get to take cool pictures and stuff. And this is great. Normally, I have to wrap my knives in like some of my nicer stuff obviously comes with like pouches, which is great. And so you use that, but some of my cheaper knives or knives that didn't come with a pouch, I have to like wrap them in bubble wrap or something. So this is great. I like that it came with this little slip cover because the package itself wasn't a pouch. So I like that Sam thought to take care of that missing feature from his packaging. So it's not an issue now that the knife didn't come in a pouch, because it comes with a travel pouch. You do get this microfiber cloth, which is gorgeous. I don't know, it's like perfectly white, and then I don't know if you can see, it's got the HEA logo embossed, which is really neat. You can feel it. I'm probably not going to really mess with that, honestly. It's very nice. And then you get some other stuff. You get this HEA patch, right? I think it's a patch. Yes. It looks like it's Velcro, so I guess one side you can stick to something, and then this is Velcro. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But that's cool. And then you get the same logo in sticker form. And then you get the... I'm assuming this is somebody else's logo where he did something with HEA. I don't actually know the answer to that. And then you get the HEA sticker, logo sticker as well. So that's really cool. Thank you, Sam, for being thoughtful and including all of that stuff. I'm trying to remember the order of operations for all of this stuff. Here we go. So thanks so much, guys. That's pretty much it for this one. Definitely keep an eye out shortly for the equilibrium video with both of these knives. I have a lot to say. I'm really excited about them. They're super unique. They're definitely worth it. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.